All right, it's the Rundown. It's brought to you by High Noon. I feel like everybody could use a little buzz right now. Everybody could use a little something to take the edge off. Left, right, blue, red, green, orange. Every age, every race, everybody just needs to chill.
Not every age.
Most ages, 21 and up, of course. And High Noon is the best way to do it right now. It's the number one, and really in my mind, the only hard seltzer worth fucking with, because it actually is the only one that's a true hard seltzer with vodka and seltzer, no malt beverage element, it's not loaded up with sugar, and they got the best flavors. They got watermelon, pineapple, black cherry, grapefruit. They just started lime and peach.
That pineapple hits right.
That black cherry, just get rid of it.
Really?
No black
What?
cherry.
Oh, I like black cherry.
No, I mean the world and cherry and black cherry. Get it out of here.
You don't like that flavor?
I hate it.
Black cherry too.
I hate all. I'm not gonna go as far as to say what is black cherry, by the way. It's just like the darker,
Cherry?
more. Is it just a cherry?
I think it's just cherry. I think it's a cherry Jill jazzed up.
Okay, so fuck it. I don't like it. It's just a cherry disguising as something fancy, and I'm out on cherry. It's just Robitussin. Everything's Robitussin.
Take one
Kev
down,
wants
pass
a black
it
cherry.
I was
around.
gonna say, if you give me a black cherry, I will fuck you up.
I'll take the
Oh,
black
I'll
cherry.
take black cherry right here. Bam.
Oh, I'm a grapefruit guy, honestly.
Cheers.
Once you've
I
had
got
a
the
once
watermelon.
you've had
This is fire.
a High Noon and you know that there's not malt in it, you
Yeah.
really start to taste the malt in
It
every other
feels
one.
different. Yeah. It's like, oh, that one, it feels different. And this is like smooth, crisp, refreshing, good, tasty flavors, except for yours. And
I like it. I think
it's
it's
the
very
number
nice.
one in the game right now. If you can get it, if you can get them, you gotta load the fuck up.
Yeah, they're hard to find.
It's like, it's like Yeezys, man. It's like, you gotta get your hands on it, buy them out, and enjoy it.
People are buying them up and like resell. There's a resale
Black market
They're on
High
StockX
Noons,
with
man.
High Noon.
Right?
Hell yes, the best.
Real vodka, real juice for real fans like us. Get it. All right, we're not even gonna fuck around with trying to give you a full slate of topics here.
No, we're just gonna get fucking ignorant.
let's give some
Hell
misinformed,
yeah.
Who wants to fucking talk
uninformed
about the
takes.
election? Like, dude, I was here earlier and I was watching fucking Gaz, Dave, and Frankie talk about the election. And I was like, this is what it must feel like to be at fucking Independence Hall. Like, just it was a
Constitution's
fucking
getting written.
meeting of the minds.
Yeah, they were bubbling up all over the place.
Oh my
These
God.
Geniuses.
It is. But you know what I think we can speak to is like what I find interesting is the social media element, the sociology behind it, and like this whole time it looks. By the way, as we're doing this, it feels. I think Wisconsin was it Wisconsin or Michigan? One of those two is.
I
dividing.
believe Wisconsin
So it's
called.
like it's pretty much a wrap. But the mere fact that it was even as close as it was, it just shows that like the way campaigns are run, the way things are polled, all of it, the way the Democrats try to handle it, you got to throw it all out, because the things that we can speak to, I think, are like the way that people act and behave now. We see a lot of that, and it's all just fanatic. It's like a sports team. I think people are like with Trump, like you are with Brady. I think there are so many new people that are like, I don't even know if I'm a Republican, but I like
It's fun
I like
to root
Donald
for.
Trump.
Yeah, like let me get the jersey.
It's like sports. It really is, and that's where it's like they can't admit when they've done something wrong or bad. It's like when you're a sports team, you're like, I don't care if there's like if he got arrested, I still want to root for him. I mean, it just becomes blind, illogical fanaticism.
I took joy last night in seeing all the people who were so sure of whatever was going to happen just having their world shaked. Because it happened to everybody. Like there were times when I was positive it was going to go one way. There were times I was positive for it to go another way. And people are just so cocksure of themselves online. It was just nice to see people get taken down a peg.
Yes.
We had
Everybody
it going on heavy here. Everyone quote tweeting an illegal sports book and being like, "This is obvious what's happening
I was
here."
surprised by that.
Just like clearly like a promotional tool to get someone to bet $100 on an election. And everyone's like, "I mean, this is obvious. Vegas knows."
Right.
And it's not Vegas. It's a fucking little shack in the Caribbean where Brandon Walker used to work. And everyone's like, "They fucking called it. They called it. These guys know."
Yeah,
what are we talking about,
well,
guys?
John's been running hot over
Let's
the
fucking
phrase
go.
Vegas knows. Do not ever say Vegas knows to John Henry. He will fucking rip your head off.
They just get to guess a million times. And then
Yeah,
it's
it changes by the
it
5 minutes.
changes every second, and they're
Yeah.
like, Vegas knows. What are you talking about?
I mean, if you want to say Vegas knows, and you look at that, I want to say around 11:30 midnight Eastern time when he was like plus or minus whatever, like 600. I mean, and compare it to now, it's like, no, you did not know.
No, and
you were
people will-
decidedly wrong.
Everyone will just be like, well, they were close at the end. Just because they kept
They
moving.
kept on, yeah.
They kept taking different guesses.
Like little by little.
Well, so as mad as you are about the odds, that's me with Nate Silver and 538 and any pollsters.
And he was getting cocky that morning, too.
Yeah.
What did he tell Ravel? Like, you're a fucking idiot or something?
Did he
well, I
really?
saw
Oh,
that-
that morning, Ravel was like...
Ravel deleted a tweet or something like that. I didn't know what the original tweet was.
I unfollowed Ravel. I used to hate follow him. I unfollowed him for the sake of my own sanity. But, like, people were screenshotting, like, the full conversation saying it was a nerd fight. And, like, Nate, I forget exactly what he said, but he definitely dropped, like, a fucking.
Woo!
He dropped a hard F on Ravel.
I mean, but and I don't even know if I necessarily like, they are just using like old, antiquated, and now in my mind like completely obsolete tactics.
I have a
Like,
question. How do polls work?
So
What is a poll?
Right,
Didn't tell
well, throw it out the goddamn window, whatever it is. I think that there's two types of things that went on, and I'm gonna speak here like I know what I'm talking
Let's
about.
fucking
but I don't.
go.
Boom.
TED Talk.
There,
all right.
there's the element of like polling that's like, I call you and I'm like, who are you voting for and why?
And I don't know a single
And you
human being that answers those calls.
ever. So I don't even know.
I
if
know
they
a human
happen.
makes them, my mom.
Really?
What?
Yeah, my mom that makes the call.
Canvases?
Does she?
That's
She-
so
does
sick.
she- do
just
people
bored, I
ever
think.
answer?
Yeah, she says she has some nice conversations.
So
she said she's big going off script. She's like Michael Scott and fucking
A little improv.
wherever
I
he
like that.
works. She's like, I don't do the script at all.
I did see a tweet. I don't know if it went viral or if it was just like on my timeline, but it said like my grandma used to do this because it was the best way to gossip about like. Or she worked at the polling places where it was like you see everybody in town.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
hey
yeah.
Susie, like how's your marriage and all this shit. So yeah, I'm not sure. It's not exactly the like the political elite handling this, but yeah. So either A, who the fuck is that even happening, and B, you're gonna trust anything the people who actually take the time to do your survey and answer your questions, they're gotta be fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna put any weight into what they say. I think what happened here though was more because we had early voting, we had actual tangible like exit poll type of results.
And how
where-
do those work? You just say who you voted for?
I think
because
that's-
I don't know anyone that would do that either.
Yeah, well, and that I think is part of the problem is that they found, I think that people are embarrassed to say they voted for Donald Trump or they don't want to admit it, and it's like you're a totally anonymous person, but they still are like, no, I voted for the other guy. So like all of it is either old technology or old methods or just not reliable info, and they keep. What I find to be weird is like you want to rely upon it. I think they fucked up the last one, obviously. Shame on you, like fool me once type thing, fool me twice. Like now going forward, I would
You
have to
4
imagine.
years to fix the algorithm.
Right. And I could see them maybe being like, all right, that one was like such a fucking anomaly. That's never gonna happen again. Well, it happened again.
It's
So
just
now
they
I think
can't call
have
it
to
data.
overhaul-
It's like when Stephen Chase says like, "This is my data said that the Bucks are going to win 9 games." It's like, no, you're
You're
just
just
prediction.
saying that.
You're just saying it. There's no,
Right.
it's not your data.
And so my thing is like, who are these people? Even I said, Nate Silver's tweet this morning was like, we have a model in place for this. And it's like, you have a model in place to basically state that your models don't work anymore? Because that's what's going on. And I had people in my mentions, they're like Nate Silver fans. They are like stands for the model, where they're like, you just don't understand polling. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But they're like, you don't understand how it works, or like, well, actually, I got well, actually a lot. It's like, dude made a prediction based on numbers, and the numbers are wrong, and that's okay. You can just be like, I don't know, if Stephen Chase said the Bucks are gonna win 9 and they win 8, and somebody was staunchly defending like Stephen Chase Microsoft Excel spreadsheets.
Right?
It's
How
like,
are
what
you
the
mad at
fuck
Miss
are you-
Cleo? Like you
You-
can't. She's like fucking predicting the future. Like,
And they're riding for 538. It's like, this is just.
I respect that though, because if you can convince people that it's outside factors, we had no idea. You get the
Yeah.
credit for getting it right, and then when it's wrong, it's like, look, it was who knows what.
Well, that
I guess that's what
motherfucker-
presidents do, and what people like in business do. Like I grew up the uptick in the stock market, and then it's like, well, when it goes down, it's like, well, I had no control over that.
You can't expect
How
that.
could I possibly have fixed
Bro,
that?
he's like claiming credit for like saying there was a 90-10 chance, and then being like, but I told you the 10. Like I told you it was possible. It's like, no, come on. If you tell me something's 90% gonna happen, that
If you're a bad
calling it. That's
meteorologist.
a
Well, he
prediction.
is right,
Yeah,
right?
right.
He's probably gonna end up being right.
Yeah, so it's like he did say Biden, but it's almost like for all the wrong reasons. It's like he got it through this path and totally not that path. So ultimately he'll probably hang his hat on it. He did it last time too. He was like, I said there was a 5% chance Trump won. Like, hey, it happened. But he said like all those states that was like he's gonna flip them all.
They should start doing that on like the Pick'em show. Don't
There's a
pick a
1%
team.
chance?
Yeah, just
I said there was a
98% sure
chance.
this team, 2%
Call it
this
the
team.
Nate Silver.
You win both.
538.
Right, you're saying there's a chance. It's crazy that he was ever like a subsidiary of ESPN. Like how crazy it's like gone from that. Like
Oh,
what
538 is?
I think originally it was like Grantland and 538 were two
sports
like
guy.
Yeah.
small subsidiaries, and now it's like he's the poll guy. You can't be mad if
I am unfortunate. It is unfortunate we didn't get the picture like last time.
The picture.
Do you see when he was just down?
bedraggled.
He's like, you're draggled. Great way.
Of Nate Silver you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
when
after
he
the
got it
fact,
wrong.
he
No,
was like,
Oh my
He's just
God! It
like-
was last year's picture. It was last. Oh no, not last year.
Elections.
4 years. You know what I mean? Draggled. Let me
he
see
was
this.
I don't know
terrible.
if I've ever
It was
heard that
fully
word.
fully. I think bedraggled. Nate, can you fact check me, Nate? Is bedraggled a word?
If
Because
it's not,
this motherfucker
you
looked
coined
bedraggled.
it. You were bedraggled.
This dude
I
was
mean,
fully
yeah.
bedraggled.
When you put like your whole
Dirty
fucking,
and disheveled. It is word.
Bro, he was
There you
bedraggled as hell, bro. This dude was fully
Because
bedraggled.
that dude, like, he put his whole fucking career and his whole model and all that shit on the line, and it's just like, nah, dude, you were wrong. While you look
I
that up,
can't
I'm gonna tell
fucking
you about
find it.
movement
Oh, here
watches.
it is.
That looks like somebody just went zzz down the middle of his head.
He lost a bet. He looks like Vibs when he.
This one's even better.
Vibs
This one's
did
even
the
better.
cross
Look,
country.
Oh
He's
my
just like,
God.
I don't fucking know, man.
He's like, I've been up for 36 straight hours.
He's
I'm
bedraggled.
dead wrong. I'm trying to convince the world I'm
That's
not.
a crime. Did no one bring him on last night? We needed to
Yeah,
see Nate
for
Silver.
real.
They're probably like, yo, you can
He
come
probably
on
was
radio.
like, no, I don't. Yeah, exactly. You're not going to get to look at me this time around. Movement watches, man. Join the movement today. Like I said, the world is shifting. Things are changing. And if you're at the forefront of these movements, you're going to benefit. You're going to kill it. And that's what movement watches did. They were at the top of top of their game, in front of the curve on this one, where it came down to affordable, high quality and stylish watches. And that changed the game because you can get these like designer watches basically for like $95. And then they applied that to all the other accessories. They did the sunglasses. So now you can match your watch and your sunglasses. And then they said, you know what else is a movement? Everybody's on social media. Everyone's watching their phones, their tablets, and their screens, and their eyeballs are bleeding. So they got into the spectacles, where it's the blue light filtering, ever scroll glasses, where your eyes are not going to fall out of your head. All of these things are perfect for the holidays. And apparently it's already the holiday season. We hit Halloween, everybody flipped the switch straight to Christmas. So you got to start thinking about gifts. It's the perfect gift for like, all right, a brother-in-law or like a friend or something
You want
like
to
that.
swag out your dad, make your dad look a little bit
exactly.
cooler. He'll
And
feel
it's
good
like,
about himself.
They're going to
And dads
appreciate it.
love presents.
Because you don't fucking get it.
Yes, they appreciate the fuck out of
I
that.
got my dad a jacket the other day.
Oh,
He's texted me like 3 times about it.
for
Just
What
like I
was the
thought he
occasion?
looked good.
wow,
I just got
that is particularly nice.
I just got him,
good on
and
you.
he's like, I can't remember last time someone just got me a present. This is
And
crazy.
for years, when you did get them something, it's kind of corny and cliche, but it was true. Like I remember getting my dad a fucking tie.
Right.
I remember
Some
getting my
socks.
dad power tool socks. So now this is like, hey dad, how about you get your swag on?
Swag you out.
Right,
Yes.
and like I said, you can get like bam, you got the watch and the sunglasses. All of a sudden, that transforms your whole look, and it's affordable too. So if you got that in between gift where it's like, I gotta hook you up, but I'm not gonna be dropping like $500 on you, go to mvmt.com/rundown. On top of those already affordable prices, you get 15% off plus free shipping. They say free returns, you ain't gonna return shit. Get it
Hell
all.
yeah.
Get the sunglasses, the eyeglasses, and the watches. Get a couple watches. They have different bands, different faces, colors, sizes, men, women, the whole nine. mvmt.com/rundown. Join the movement.
You know what's not getting a lot of talk today?
What's that?
Which I think deserves someone who's taking a loss like a man and owning up to it. And
Donald
that's-
Trump?
No, that's the Kanye West.
Yeah.
Kanye West
What did
has
he say?
conceded. He's not going to win president.
Gracious.
Yeah,
He did.
it's
Wow,
very
good for
nice.
him.
Kanye fucking lost to Joe Jorgensen, who is sounds like a Norwegian goat farmer.
Yeah,
Like,
I've never heard of
She's a woman.
Yeah.
Didn't know that, but
Yeah, that's tough.
Women can be
That's a tough
farmers.
one.
I was like, I saw the polls in Mississippi. Kanye got like 600 votes. Joe Jorgensen beat him at 1,200. Doubled up on Kanye
Dude,
West.
God
Kanye,
damn.
I saw like the full list. It was like, a matter of like thousands. He got like
We got
tens of
10,000
thousands of votes,
in
right?
Tennessee. He had 5 figs, low 5
Low
figs.
5 figs. Shout out Nate Dogg. I think, he probably hit like, I don't know, a couple 100,000.
I mean, it's
in the whole
He
fucking
had
country.
60,000 total.
Total
60,000. That's honestly more than I
12
thought.
ballots.
That's
no, dude.
low, dude.
I've seen like college student council elections with more votes than that. That's fucking terrible.
But he
bro.
did, like, he just put out that picture himself with his big giant TV behind him, and he said Kanye 2024. So, like, on to the next, man.
This is how Trump started too.
Yeah,
we all
it's
laughed
all a
at him.
joke.
We're like, oh, he's running
It's
as a
all
joke.
a
He's running
fucking
PR.
game. Yep.
So fucking don't sleep on Kanye, but also sleep on Kanye.
Well, because honestly, who's next? It's like, no, Biden's either gonna be dead or.
And we're not
going to
back off as a country. Do you think that we're about to settle for like a politician who stays within the lines and doesn't move the needle?
No,
Like we've already tasted
gotta
it.
taste
We've
the
already
good
tasted this
stuff,
shit.
or the
Like
terribly bad stuff. But we got a taste of it.
right,
and
exactly.
we can't
But
go back.
these extremes, though, like we're gonna need to live in these extremes. Especially if you're running, you're gonna want to differentiate yourself and be like, I am this. I'm more extreme than the last. Extreme.
I am the one who knocks. Like,
Yeah.
we need some crazy shit because we can't go back. You can't, especially like some of the comedians and the talking heads and the people who have made this their career. What the fuck are you gonna do when
Go back to making fun of Mitt Romney. Like stop. Stop.
Well, speaking of mistakes as well, what was up with CNN last night? Keeping Anderson Cooper tied up in the back till like 2 a.m.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. My man John King just stole the fucking show.
Well, King was on fire. But
He's the
you
belle
were-
of the ball.
King does a little bit. He has two things. I got two criticisms for King. A little too much of this. A lot of this
Well,
stuff.
okay, I'm gonna defend. You can give your points, and I will rebut. When you're not sitting at a desk, you don't have a pen or paper. He's just standing.
Yo, you gotta. You fucking pull that jacket back. One hand in the pocket with the jacket.
Okay,
half
I'm
side.
gonna give you a criticism of mine. That button it was hold on for dear life. He's a thick boy.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
thick boy. He's
He
got
fattened up
arms.
to the-
So, and I don't know if you want to.
He's like Anderson Cooper if Anderson grew up in the Midwest.
Somebody said
incredible.
it looks. I think they were talking about. They weren't talking about Anderson. They were talking about Wolf, and they said I think that John King ate Wolf Blitzer.
They all have the perfectly distinguished gray hair, though. Like, and
Yeah.
all three of them just have like
Yeah,
this
they got that
beautiful
look.
gray. It's
Yeah,
like-
that silver fox. But he does just look kind of like a beefed up, thick boy version of Anderson.
I feel like
is-
he should start doing like Baldy's breakdowns, but just with like
Yeah.
presidential map stuff.
Well, that is
like
kinda
filming
what
on
he's
his
doing.
cell phone. Like, and here we go, we're down in Tennessee. Is what happened.
He is. I guess the technology has gotten better, but I've seen whether it's ESPN or these things, they usually struggle with the touch screens and the boards. I mean, he's got it down.
Yeah.
Boom, 2016. Pow, 2020. Here's what happened in this county, this county. I mean, he was the belle of the ball. He was on fire.
He was
and-
also heavy-handed with the real votes, though. He kept being like, "No, these are all real votes," and he said it like 17 times. I was like, "John, you say it one more time, I'm gonna stop believing you."
Or
Listen,
that's why they
we're
count the
gonna-
votes. He said
Yeah.
like there's a bunch of things he just kept repeating.
these are
John
these are
King, I
real. These are
trust.
real votes.
If he's saying it, then he's making a point, John. John King is the truth right now. He's become like a full-blown meme. He's like the Twitter darling.
I was watching him this morning. He had seen some of the people noticing him.
Oh, yeah, he's feeling himself now?
Yeah, he's like, I went to bed at 4 o'clock or left at 4 o'clock. Like, we're back already. It's
Yeah,
like,
he
all right,
really
John.
did. I don't think
Do you
he
think
ate
they were
or
going
slept.
home, or you think they were sleeping in the back?
I bet they.
I think that dude just blasted off, blew a bunch of rails, and didn't go to sleep at all.
I hope he did, dude. I hope he's
I
just
think
fucking
that
cracking
John
open
King-
Adderalls and like pouring it into his mouth.
Imagine that if someone like opened up a door to like a green room and he's just got cloak in his face. What happened? Did they
30
call
seconds.
Wisconsin? What's going on in Michigan? I
Yeah.
love too that they break, like what's going on in Cuyahoga County or whatever. Like they get down so specific, and he is. I'm sure he was like on the phone, like his wife and friends, being like, "I'm fucking killing it out here."
Yeah.
He is.
I don't
he's the
remember him
biggest win of the
stealing
night.
show. I don't
remember him at all.
Me neither.
So this is what I mean. Like, all right, sure, Biden, you might have won the presidency. The real winner,
The real
the
king.
real loser's Nate Silver. The real winner, John King. He is on his path to superstar.
You know where he's gonna be able to do his fucking Adderall willy-nilly out in Oregon. They fucking how crazy
right.
is that
Oh,
shit, dude?
So first, shout out to Jersey, who has they fully legalized weed, which is like
Yeah,
good,
that's fucking-
great. That makes sense.
Weed is pussy stuff now.
Apparently,
Oregon
Yep.
has
Oregon,
raised the
Oregon
bar.
has a full-blown legalized shrooms.
Yes.
Which
Yep.
does that mean like I could buy it in a dispensary? I could walk into a store, a corner store,
I
like
believe
one of
so.
these like head shops.
I
and
believe
you're gonna
so.
get shrooms, and then decriminalized, which I guess just means if you get caught with it on your possession, you don't go to jail or whatever.
You go to a rehab facility or something
With-
like that.
Heroin, LSD, like the heavy-duty shit.
Heroin, I get. Coke is a surprising one to me.
I don't get all of them. I'll
like
be
heroin,
honest.
because heroin, like, I mean, those people are. I mean, I guess you get addicted to coke as well, but Heroin, I think, is what I always think
Yeah,
of with
I
like
think
dope
you're on
sick and
this.
stuff like that.
You're on this coke's not addictive trip, and I don't think it's true, John. we gotta get you off that train. Cocaine is actually
it's addictive, no doubt. But like, it's not heroin.
I think because John is not addicted to coke, he believes it's not addictive. But I assure you, sir, there are a lot of people addicted to coke.
Try smoking it. Maybe that'll open your eyes up a little bit.
We were trying to break this down again. Totally misinformed. Maybe you can help us. What's the difference between crack and coke?
I think if you
Is it
Someone told
when you
us
cook it?
it's
When
Coke
you smoke it?
in boiled water with baking soda.
yeah, I think if you put it in the
Baking
Pyrex,
soda.
yeah,
Yeah,
just
so that's when you're
smash
hitting it on a
up.
spoon.
I
and
think
you put
anytime that you're cooking cocaine,
It becomes crack.
Or like even if you light it on fire, if you put it in cocaine in a pipe, I think that's crack.
That's crack, right?
I don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like. I mean, I guess you could say it, but people don't say like I was smoking coke. They say I was smoking crack.
Right, exactly.
You're doing coke or you're smoking crack. So is crack on the list?
Of course.
Because it's because it's
There's
coke.
nothing that isn't on the list.
Oregon is the spot to be. Now, I think ultimately all of these things always boil down to the money, where it's just like we're going to legalize it because we can regulate it, control it, tax it, and make money off it. But Oregon's pretty hippy dippy, where I could see them being like it's all about redemption and rehabilitating and all that. But my point being that like behind the scenes, I can't imagine these politicians are like. I think they're just like, yeah, let the junkies do what they do. Are they really concerned about them? Or are they just like, let's let the junkies get fucked up and make money off it?
There's definitely junkies in Oregon.
Is there money to be made off just decriminalizing?
Well, that's what I don't know. I mean, is that the first step to getting to?
We started the show with let's get ignorant, so let's fucking do it.
Like, could they one day legalize it and sell the heroin?
State issued
Like,
crack.
yeah.
Just like
Like,
a dispensary.
You
of
can make
crack.
the argument that they do
where
for
does it
medical
stop?
facilities.
Right. Well, that is what's
Yeah,
funny
that's-
as we talk about how crazy all this is, and it's like, well, they just do it with opiates, so it's not out of the realm of possibility because they've been doing it forever.
Right,
So,
and like, what do you think Adderall is? Like, that's
Same
an
shit.
amphetamine.
You
know
put
what I
it
mean?
in like a
that's
little
meth.
capsule,
Yeah,
and you slap
smoke
a
that.
label
You're
on
smoking meth.
Done. So I mean, Oregon is.
Do you smoke Adderall when you're smoking meth?
I think so. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. We're getting ignorant. It's an amphetamine, right?
I feel like meth is just like when you do that Jersey Turnpike shot where you squeeze everything out. That's meth in the drug world.
drag.
Just throw it all together.
But I think Oregon has a ton of meth. But I think it has to be more about just not wanting to ruin the lives of people who already ruined their lives by like slapping a
Yeah.
sentence on top of their addiction. I don't know, but I'm gonna try some heroin.
Imagine that you're just like on the street like flaunting it like, hey, copper.
Do you
I'm
think anyone,
smoking
because
crack.
it was
Yeah.
decriminalized, is like, well, I'll give it a try now?
Yeah.
Like, was the illegal aspect of it the
What,
only thing
stop
holding
people?
back? Like, I don't want to do heroin, it's illegal.
Because you see
Honestly,
moms who are like pop moms who are like 65, like, oh, like I'll try it now. Like
Yeah.
you think that they're just like, I'll try some heroin and fucking just jam it in.
Like no
The-
one
the
just,
goody
no one
two-shoes
just
of the world?
tries heroin. Like some people could try coke. You're like, oh, I'm at a party, I'll see what it smells like.
Right.
But fucking
Imagine that
heroin, heroin's a process.
I'm just gonna give this a whirl.
You've
See
heard
how
of
this
this?
works.
Like they're having heroin parties
Yeah.
and like debutantes are getting together. Like, are you trying this black tar?
Can you imagine just like so how does this work? So what's about to happen to me here, pal? You know,
Help you out here.
Yeah, they
Some of
did
this
it
coke
they
to calm down.
decriminalized it so they could like clear up the prisons and stuff like that. But they're just gonna pack the hospitals with collapsed veins.
Yeah,
So it's
veins
like,
all
yeah, I
over
tried
the
the
place.
robbing
heroin.
Peter to pay Paul.
Turns out-
But that's so.
I did it at a 45-degree angle. I guess it's supposed to be a 30. Subcutaneous needle.
You're gonna need like a Sherpa or someone to take you on like the drug journey,
Yeah.
like with you.
I'll be your crack guide for the night. I'll be your
Right,
heroin.
like an ayahuasca guide.
Are they going to in Jersey? I feel like if you are in jail for a weed offense, you should be a free man or woman right fucking now. That's bullshit if it's not that way.
Oh no, it's definitely not. Massachusetts legalized it forever ago.
And they just don't even.
No.
They don't even consider it. It's not like we'll get to it.
I
it
think
takes a
Massachusetts
while.
actually,
to,
I think most of them got out because of COVID.
Right.
Because it was like an excuse
But you need a
to
reason.
empty the prisons.
God.
But no, there definitely wasn't an immediate movement or anything like that.
I would just feel like if part of it is taxing, regulating taxing and monetizing that, like you could also play the card of like we don't have to pay for these inmates. We can prison. If it's about rehab stuff, you can do prison reform. I would be fucking furious if I was one of these crazy cases where you hear like I had like a little bit of weed on me and I'm in jail for like 50 years or something.
And your corrections
and
officer's high when he's like fucking.
It's like I'm about to be in jail for fucking murder
Yeah.
because of this shit. So, yeah, man, crazy times with the drugs, and then
how it
I mean,
turns
of course, the real news of the night, the votes were in, the results were counted. We have the Gold Gloves. We have Major League Baseball Gold Glove winners 2020. I'm starting to come around and put my tinfoil hat on. We are talking about the Gold Gloves way more than we would be.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's
Someone
said
the
that when
MLB did the full-blown Gold Gloves ceremony last night in the middle of the
like
biggest
8 p.m. You could have done it earlier in the day.
smack dab,
It was like 8
the
o'clock
prime
at night.
time.
Like, all right, guess who won? It's fucking Chris Bryant. I think Chris Bryant won.
Yeah, I don't know one person that won any of them, but I just know it happened.
And I didn't
I know
see
someone
it.
on the Cubs did, so it might have been Rizzo.
Did you see any of it? Like, were they on like the MLB Tonight like set where they have like the fake?
No, I
the
didn't
fake,
see any of that.
Field and all that.
I didn't see any of that.
Like-
I didn't see. I actually did because I
I
followed
haven't
the
seen a list.
MLB
I haven't
account.
seen anything.
But I don't think the MLB account was promoting. I think it was individual teams were announcing.
Right.
Red Sox shockingly didn't have any. I don't believe.
The Mets
Mookie Betts won. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Fucked up. That's fucked
makes
up.
makes a good amount of sense there. But you know, the Gold Gloves. This is basically Major League Baseball finally even admitting that he doesn't give a fuck. I mean, Rob Manfred doesn't care about the World Series trophy, so he certainly doesn't give a fuck about the Gold Glove awards. Remember that when he was just like, "It's just a trophy. What do you guys like? This? Who cares?"
It's a piece of metal, I think. Right.
Right? Yeah.
It's like the baseball is, and I think forever will be. I think they own the crown now. Just the stupidest.
The worst.
fucking- like,
Well, it's also just the dumbest sport. I know you can say this, you can talk about like all of it's like throw a ball through a hoop or run a ball over a fictional line.
Well,
but
that's 'cause-
baseball is wacky with the stick
They
and the
still wear
ball and the running to the
knickerbockers in
squares.
baseball.
What's that?
They would still
Yeah,
wear knickerbockers.
the
and
coach
button-up
wears a
shirts.
uniform.
The coach, everybody having hats on, everybody wearing the belts with the fucking high socks. It's just a preposterous sport to begin with. So why not just be the dumbest of all? Just lean into it. But my conspiracy theory would be, you know, we were talking about Rob Manfred, and I mean Rob Manfred he needs a vacation, bro. Go home, turn your phone off, just sit in the basement for like 6 months.
How did this happen?
What?
You know, we always talk about this. We're like, how is a full room of
Right.
adults?
How's there not one
someone
person?
speak up? Where's the guy from Jeopardy who was like, hey, the
Alexis
Disney,
Texas.
like maybe we don't go with Alexis Texas for Hannah Montana.
Well,
where's that guy in the MLB room saying, I don't think this is the best idea?
Again, conspiracy theory. I would almost have to think that there are people who clearly know who are just like, let's let Rob Manfred hang himself. Let's give him enough rope. You know, like there had to be somebody saying this is a terrible idea, but like I don't know.
Or he just made it unilaterally and was just like, we're doing
Dictator
this,
type
and
shit.
then just nobody gave a fuck to disagree. Like no one even, because they saw how
But
weird
again,
the World
what-
Series was.
So then, what could Rob Manfred's logic be? You think he
To
was just like
distract
out-
people
out-
from politics, give them something.
Oh,
to
he was going to give
Yeah.
the escape.
Yeah, everyone wants an escape right now. The Gold Gloves of the MLB.
That's gonna be it. That's
You-
the one.
You are welcome, everybody.
What a hero! Yeah, what a
It's
hero!
unburdened.
God, that award is just so stupid. So all right. So I guess like, I think we'll be talking about this for another month.
You think so?
I do think if he does Supreme Court type of voter fraud, you know, whatever you call it, litigation or I don't know, that just like the red tape and the bureaucratic process of that alone, it's got to take weeks and weeks and weeks. No.
I guess.
And
I don't know.
I mean,
I
he's
guess
gonna claim that. He's definitely. As soon as all those results came in, I think it was Florida that had 128,000 new votes, and there was 0 for Donald Trump. Literally none. That's gonna be enough for him to like push every envelope and every button and take every angle he possibly can. So I can't see. It might be like every outlet's called it. Biden. Everybody knows, and so, you know, we can probably start to move on. But he's gonna stomp his feet and cry for.
Yeah, I think we all expected that.
Yeah, but like, I mean, if the recount in 2000 took 36 days, you know, this is gonna take like 90, isn't it?
I guess, yeah.
It's got to take so much longer.
How has
to
it
do,
not
like,
gotten more streamlined? Like, how is it taking longer now that we have more
How
technology?
is there not just like some portal where you put your social security number in and you fucking vote?
I was watching CNN this morning, and I forget, it wasn't John King. It was another guy working the Magic Wall, which is a fucking absurd name.
Is that what they actually call it? The
Yeah,
magic wall?
yeah.
I mean, it is kind of magic, dude.
It's just a big iPad.
When he said elections are fun and he got roasted for it, I understand why people are like, dude, it's not fun. But I also understand why he said it's fun. It's it's pretty cool.
But
Yeah.
they were saying that they're like, whoever the guy's name was, he's like, no, this isn't abnormal. Like sometimes votes take a long time to count. George Washington, his second term, they didn't know for 2 months. I was like, motherfucker, they were putting in piles going 1, 2, 3, 2. Like, no shit, that took fucking 2 months.
Some fucking
we
dude
don't
in
have
a-
something more recent? Like,
Could you
we
imagine-
haven't evolved from that at all.
That's a funny skit. I could see that. Nick and KB should do that or something. Imagine some guy in a powder wig being like, 2000 and 2000. Fuck, I lost count. Start
Start
over.
it over.
One, two, two, three. I mean, that is a
It
ridiculous
took 2 months because the
comparison.
guys kept committing suicide. Like, all right, I'm not counting it again.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Can you
I'm gonna eat a
imagine?
musket real quick.
Can you imagine people like if you did all this work and then they were like, recount, do it again. Like,
Yeah, the
fuck
fact
you,
that they
do it
even
again.
I'll
have
volunteer.
recounts.
See you later.
I'm gonna lose these votes. You know, in Pennsylvania, you're allowed to have non-postmarked mail-in votes. That like, it doesn't say like you got this in by November 3rd.
Hell yeah.
So that just leaves the door
I hope
open to
in
be
10
like,
years
oh
we
look,
find
we
out
found
that someone was cheating and like we get it
I
all
really-
uncovered like the fucking McDonald's
yeah, the
documentary.
McMillions.
Yeah,
I think that's
McMillions.
happening. Do you think? I bet you there's like. Do you think there's actually shady shit going on?
I wouldn't say there's. I wouldn't think there's. I'm sure there's shady shit going on.
I think
Everywhere
someone's
at all
stupid
times,
enough to try
But I
it.
don't think like on a mass scale.
No, but I bet you they're trying. I mean, it's weird because it does come down to like volunteers and shit.
But
like,
they also like both parties have people there, like watching
Yeah.
the votes get counted.
yeah,
I don't think anyone stupid enough to try it will be smart enough to do a good job.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good
yeah.
way
You
to
know
put
what
it.
I mean?
Yeah. But I also think that like I think both sides could do it. Like yeah, they're watching, they're counting, but it's got to come in at some point, right? I just feel like if you can do this non-postmarked thing, I think you can find some ballots. Just be like,
Yeah,
stuff
a little
a few more in
cheating.
there. And then these guys are like, well, we're gonna stuff some of our own in. All of a sudden, there's like 15 million people from Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? Like the numbers just don't even fucking make sense.
Going Tommy Boy, not Tommy Boy, Black Sheep.
Black
That's an
Sheep,
underrated
yeah.
movie, by the way. Tommy
Oh,
Boy gets
Black
all the
Sheep's
love.
great.
You know, Tommy Boy,
Yeah.
rightfully so, is the superior movie. But Black Sheep,
just ran it
don't
back.
sleep on
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Like
they
Sleepless
did.
in
If
Seattle,
it ain't
it's like,
broke, man.
this works.
Yep. All right, so that's it for the after show. One of the weirder things in my mind that really has ever happened within the after hours like friendship dynamics here at Barstool. Gaz invited Tyler O'Day to represent like the liberal side, Proud Boy JackMac to represent the right. He also had Chuck come, which I'd imagine he's kind of like his right-hand man with social. And then Erica Nardini,
Erica was there?
our
was
CEO,
there.
went to Gaz's apartment last night to sit with
She said it was
JackMac.
perfectly Gaz's apartment too. She said it had a couch, 3 pictures of the Boston skyline, and nothing else.
Done. Done. So I heard last
Before we
night.
continue,
Yes.
I want to make the statement that not a part of the
No,
Proud Boys.
not a Proud Boy.
Okay. I just wanted that on the record from my perspective, but I understand.
So one vote
I
for,
heard-
one vote against.
I heard yesterday, I was packing up, and I heard Erica from her office go, Jack, what time are you going to? And I just couldn't hear what she said. I thought she maybe said Grand Central. I don't know if you guys were taking the same train or whatever. And I was like, what time are you going where? And then our chief executive officer says Gaz's. And I was like, what is happening? And so Gaz, he just wanted his own little private election night entertainment. I likened it to when rich people hire bums to hunt them for sport.
That
Or
guy.
like a Roman emperor being like, fight
Perform
against
for
his
me.
lions
Yes,
for my
it was-
pleasure.
It was
like,
some. It was like when the rich people hire like Mayweather to spar in like a closed behind doors type thing.
Yeah, like the Saudis on a yacht somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
That got a good laugh
Yeah.
when we all read that tweet. The rich guy hiring for fun.
Which,
How late did
I
you
don't want
guys
to give too much
stay?
credit to Gaz, but
We stayed. Tyler and I left at 11:30.
yeah, he said.
Oh,
around-
Erica.
so you left feeling good. You left feeling like I just fucking
No, no,
crushed
no.
Tyler, the way
That's
Tyler
not-
here he is.
Here he is.
He
No,
said
but
it wasn't
Tyler
really.
can back this up. We were in the lobby, and there was 2, I would say probably 30-year-old women, and they thought that they said to both Tyler and I, like, how do you feel that Trump's won?
Mm-hmm.
And both Tyler and I looked at her and said, Trump hasn't won. So
He said she was ready to jump off the building.
she said,
Like,
yeah, and
craziness.
then I would say there was probably a point around 10 where I thought Trump was definitely going to win, but once Arizona came in, it looked like we were probably on the same page.
Jack and I are very level-headed.
I know. I know that you guys are both like passionate about it, but you're both reasonable. So that's kind of
Relative.
yeah.
Day to day.
Like I think I think what Gaz wanted was more like fireworks, but you guys are just gonna have like kind of with
The night
as
did-
much
the
as you
night
can
didn't
be
lend
reasonable
itself to
discussion.
fireworks.
Yeah, I know it would have been great if what happened at 3 to like 5 in the morning happened at like 11 p.m. to
Yeah.
1 a.m. That would have been. I went to bed and then it seemed like everything happened.
But I feel like you guys were together when all of a sudden Trump was at like -600 or whatever.
We were together at minus, and to credit to Tyler, At minus.
Look at this two sides
I know,
getting along.
this is
Bullshit.
awesome, bro.
This is
Fuck
politics.
yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
fucking
boy.
hate
At
each other.
minus 750, Tyler was definitely saying, I don't know why people are saying that. Minus 750 implies 95% over.
Yeah.
And Tyler was like, I don't think so.
Right.
And credit to him. And now it's like the other way. So.
Right, right.
Jack
Well,
and I are gonna reunite this city.
yeah.
Hell yeah, boys.
But I had fun. I think you did too.
How about JackMac with the feet up on the couch?
I saw that.
The
With
boots.
the shoes
also,
on.
both
Alright.
of the,
Yeah, with the
white
boots
couch.
on. Yeah, it was some Rick James.
All right. So
Fuck you.
that
Yo,
was
couch.
that was Gaz's seat for the whole night. And because not everyone believed him when he went on Twitter, and so we were there. So he then said, Jack, sit next to Tyler.
Right.
And if you see how I'm laying, the boots actually aren't on
them
the.
up.
And
I was the king of that as a kid.
Now-
Don't feel the furniture. I just like hang them just
Not
off.
touching, not touching,
Yeah.
not touching.
now it did hit me. There was 2 points where I realized Tyler's a more mature adult than me. One, he brought a gift like wine.
Oh, wow.
And
What
then
did you bring,
t-
Tyler?
and then two-
Jose?
Class.
A little vino, okay.
And then 2, I realized I did not take off my shoes at any point inside of his apartment.
That's
Now,
fine.
everybody-
Fuck
You're an
people who
adult.
make- yeah, no.
I hate
Fuck
that.
people
You
who
took your
take
shoes
their
off?
shoes
But
off.
you took your shoes off.
Wait,
I mean, I was just
But-
doing that to be comfortable.
wait, give me the mic.
yeah.
What did? So you popped in and you just popped them off. Did he say take your shoes off or anything?
No.
Okay,
No.
you just like to go dogs out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I was cognizant of what I was unleashing. Like I wasn't gonna ruin the room, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, I feel like usually when I'm in someone else's place, I keep my feet.
I
You
keep
know,
them on. I
concealed.
don't understand the no shoes apartments. and
Unless
things
it's like
that.
snowy or muddy or something.
Yeah,
but just
yeah,
regular.
right. Within reason, but.
And then
if I'm
Jack
working in your
just
house, I'm not
fucking
taking my shoes
stomping
off.
on his couch, man. I mean, it's Gaz's couch. I
If
don't
you
care.
zoom in on the bottom of my shoes, they weren't that dirty.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the bottom of your shoes walking around Manhattan are really clean. Yeah, right. I mean, it sounded like at the end of the day, not all that exciting, but the premise of it all was wacky, man. Gaz just like he really was just orchestrating his own. Like he wanted fireworks. He
Yeah.
wanted it to be weird.
It was a good plot, bad script.
But
Yeah.
you wouldn't give him. You guys didn't give him the satisfaction of just like warring.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, like
Yeah.
if things went south at 10, I would have. I mean, Gaz lives high up in that building. Things could have gone wrong very, very quickly.
What did he
What's
serve
the
you?
point that Tyler was like this?
Mhm.
But then you went. We were watching Fox News when they called Arizona, and Tyler was like, "Whoa!" And then that's when
That
when
was
the night really got interesting. So
Well,
Did he
All right,
make the charcuterie board for you guys?
yes.
Who was that?
Well, did
put that
Gaz make
together?
it or did Erica?
Looks like Gaz.
No way
I
Erica
think
did that.
I think Daniela had a part in that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
I can't imagine Erica was like, I gotta make sure I get food
Bring
for
something
Jack
for
and Tyler.
Gaz.
Gaz, yeah. Final prediction, like what day do you think that this will be called?
Me?
Yeah. Maybe
I
should say what
I
month.
wouldn't be shocked if this goes into 2021.
Really?
I think we're going for a serious court battle over
Some
Pennsylvania.
precedent's gonna be set. Yeah. What do you think?
Now I could be wrong.
Yeah. No
Well,
kidding.
yeah, as I was walking over here, the Trump campaign itself just declared victory in Pennsylvania, and they're suing to stop votes are getting counted. But I mean, it'll either be within the next 12 hours or, like Jack said, months.
Yeah, it's like
there's
one or the other,
No
right?
in between.
Nice.
Nice.
America.
God bless
boys.
America.
God bless America.
That's the right.
Yeah, God, yeah. Well, I guess we'll see.
Yep. Stay
We'll see.
proud, Jack. I should probably drop that.
He just likes the circle game.
All right. Anything else? We good?
You're good.
That's the rundown.
Yeah.
America. This is America.